Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. And it is Monday Night Raw, and we are officially 4 weeks away from the Royal Rumble. And we are getting a little bit of a preview of that very match with the 8-woman Battle Royal. Over the top style, of course. Only way to win. And the winner will receive a Women's World Championship opportunity against Becky Lynch when we get to the Royal Rumble. Live in Cincinnati, Ohio. And you'll see once this match begins, a few competitors have already made their way out to the ring before we officially went on air or went live. You can see in the background Charlotte Flair, Cora Jade, Dakota Kai, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez also in on the outside right there. You can see multiple competitors that were in the Women's War Games match, even women that were on the side of Becky Lynch's team in the War Games match, has entered this match in hopes to get a Women's World Championship opportunity. And it seemed like it was like a one-night thing for Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte to be helping Becky Lynch out in a winning effort against Team Roxanne Perez, defeating Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Cora Jade, and Io Sky. And now the friendship is out the window. It's the Royal Rumble season, which means it's going to be WrestleMania season, which means there are no friends. There's only championships. There's only a goal to get to the grandest stage of them all. And they don't care who they got stabbed in the back to get there. One of these 8 women are going to be the number 1 contender for Becky Lynch's Women's World Championship when we get to the Royal Rumble. Speaking of somebody that knows Becky Lynch very well, a woman that Becky Lynch helped train, and Lyra Valkyria. We've seen her a few times here on Monday Night Raw, but this is arguably, more than arguably, the biggest opportunity of Lyra's career so far. She wins this Battle Royal, she will find herself in a WWE Women's World Championship match at one of the bigger shows we put on all year round. And who knows, when maybe she can do what she did in the past, and that is defeat Becky Lynch. She defeated Becky Lynch back in her NXT days. Can she do it here on the main roster where it would count for the Women's World Championship? Start her brand new year off. Speaking of the new year, we got the new setup right now with Monday Night Raw officially in its Netflix era, as we saw Dakota Kai trying to get an early elimination on Roxanne Perez. Charlotte Flair taking out Lyra Valkyria. Cora Jade trying to still get a little measure of revenge on Charlotte Flair. Apparently there hasn't been that much love lost between any of these competitors in the War Games match. But you see Io Sky attacking Roxanne Perez. Nice German suplex from Io Sky. Like I said, no friends in this match. Even Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez do not have time to be doing any friendships, as Liv Morgan takes a dump to the outside, courtesy of the Queen Charlotte Flair. Arguably got to be a favorite to win this whole thing. Bayley might be another one, but Roxanne Perez is the one that can surprise a lot of people. Look at this. Roxanne Perez with a huge Luthez Perez to Lyra Valkyria. And now smashing out Bayley. Oh, a huge knee strike right to the face. Got to keep your head on a swivel when it comes to a match like this. You never know when the next person is going to try to eliminate you, send you over the top rope. And for a lot of these women, this is just a taste of what they can expect live in Ohio at the Royal Rumble. And now look at this. Oh, huge crossbody from Lyra Valkyria now. Look at this. Nice tilt-a-whirl arm drag by Lyra. Certainly showing her stuff off in this match. This is a perfect opportunity for her to, you know, highlight some of the things that brought her to the dance to perhaps a crowd that doesn't have that much knowledge on Lyra Valkyria heading into this match. We've only seen her a handful of times wrestling on Monday Night Raw. I'm certain within 2025 we'll see a lot more of this young woman. She's a very talented former NXT Women's Champion in her own right. When you talk about NXT Women's Champions, Bayley and Roxanne Perez are two of the best. Who just got dumped. Dakota Kai got dumped by Lyra Valkyria over the top rope. The field has thinned down to 6. And now look at this. Oh, Charlotte Flair thought she was safe in the corner. Perez just stuffed the knees right into the face. And now Cora Jade looking on eliminating Lyra Valkyria. The Queen has come to help. Lyra's in trouble. Lyra's in trouble. They're going to dump Lyra. No. Holds on to the ropes. Holds on to the ropes. And taking on both comers between Cora Jade and Charlotte Flair. Certainly odd to see them working together for a moment's being even. As now Lyra Valkyria takes Cora Jade over the top rope. Now she's trying to eliminate Monday Night Raw's resident mean girl and Cora Jade. Oh, a nice neck breaker from Charlotte Flair down to Roxanne Perez. Lyra Valkyria again has Cora Jade up on the top rope. Huge drop kick to the knee from Io Sky. Another drop kick right to the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Lyra trying to fight and get Cora Jade out of there, but Cora Jade again countering Lyra Valkyria this time. And now it's Lyra once again trying to send Cora Jade out to the floor. Look at this! A Hurricane Rana! Hurricane Rana takes Cora Jade out of this match. Cora Jade is eliminated. She will not be receiving a women's title opportunity at the Royal Rumble. She's going to have to survive 29 other women to do just that at the Royal Rumble. And now look at this. Charlotte Flair immediately trying to dump Lyra Valkyria out. But Lyra is holding on. She might be a wild card in this match. As look at this. About to hook Charlotte Flair. Is going for a fisherman suplex, I believe. But Charlotte Flair had it scouted. Nice clothesline by Perez. Knocking out Io Sky. And now Bayley and Charlotte Flair. Two women that were on the same team just 24 hours ago dueling battle. Flair goes right back to Roxanne Perez. Of course, there's some history there with Roxanne Perez having a pinfall victory over Charlotte. Big spear to Bayley. Charlotte wiping out Bayley now. Flair looking for her 16th world title reign if she can defeat Becky Lynch, if she wins this battle royal here tonight. And now Lyra Valkyria working on Roxanne Perez here. As Io Sky dumps Lyra on her head. Look out for Roxanne Perez, though. Nice tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Drop kick right to the knee of Lyra. And now Lyra Valkyria looking to go 2 for 1 in eliminations of the best friends, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. But Roxanne Perez had other ideas. Looking to lay Lyra Valkyria out with the Impaler DDT. Impaler DDT hits. Bayley's out of here. One of the favorites to win this match is gone. Bayley is gone. Charlotte now facing the wrath, ironically, of 3 of WWE's next generational talents in Roxanne Perez, Lyra Valkyria, and Io Sky. And look out for Io Sky over the moonsault. Wipes out Charlotte Flair. She's not done just yet. Perez looking to see what's going to happen here. Io Sky trying to send Charlotte out to the floor, and she does. It will either be Io Sky, Lyra Valkyria, or Roxanne Perez going to Cincinnati to fight for the Women's World Championship. All the fan favorites, all the casual women who usually receive world title opportunities are out of this match. We're going to get some fresh faces in the women's title scene. As look at this, Lyra Valkyria looking to try and dump Io Sky over the top rope. And now it's on Perez beating the crap out of Lyra Valkyria. So is Io Sky. As Io Sky now Trying to take on Roxanne Perez, another former teammate of hers. Can Perez eliminate? Indeed! Roxanne Perez eliminates her. I think it was a joint effort between Lyra and Roxanne Perez. And now Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez both going hand in hand right now. Lyra's got Roxanne up. Just planted her. Planted Perez. This could be it for Lyra Valkyria. What a moment. What a moment to start off her career here. And she dumps Roxanne Perez. Lyra Valkyria is heading to the Royal Rumble to take on the woman that helped train her. You could call her some form of Becky Lynch's protege. Lyra Valkyria will meet her mentor in Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble. This is huge for Lyra Valkyria. You talk about putting your name out there amongst the greatest. Well, it starts at events like the Royal Rumble. What a performance from Lyra Valkyria. And congratulations to the upcoming star. It could be a lot sooner of a star than we realize if she defeats Becky Lynch in just 4 weeks' time. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a big slugfest coming up next. It's Breaker, it's Takeshita. These two getting ready to go to war with each other. They've been at each other's throats for a number of weeks. It's finally going down in the first Monday Night Raw live on Netflix. Braun Breaker trying to get back into the swing of things. I mean, he's had 2 Intercontinental Championship opportunities, both squandered. And a lot of people think it's because this whole rivalry with Konosuke Takeshita has been in the back of his mind. Is finally going to be settled here tonight. Breaker and Takeshita in the same ring. God help us all. It is going to be one hell of a fight. And you got to believe the winner of this match should move up the title rankings when it comes to the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, Intercontinental Champion himself, Jey Uso, has to be watching this match with a very close eye. He's already taken on Braun Breaker twice. He's taken on Konosuke Takeshita before in non-title action. And even in non-title action, Takeshita looked pretty impressive against the Intercontinental Champion. And so did Braun Breaker. On the holiday episode of Monday Night Raw a few weeks back, Breaker was just literally a hair's length way from winning that match. If he would have just hit one more big move, you would have seen Braun Breaker coming out here with the Intercontinental Championship around his waist. But now it's kind of back to the drawing board for the badass. And that drawing board just so happens to be the Japanese phenom Konosuke Takeshita. Coming out here very intimidating with that long black leather jacket. He got the black devil mask on, and he's looking to show Braun Breaker exactly who his maker is. Takeshita and Braun Breaker, this is a highly anticipated match. These two have arguably been 2 of the most dominating performers on Monday Night Raw in the last year. Something's got to give. There can only be one person who's more dominant heading into 2025. And we're about to figure out who that's going to be. As Takeshita now entering the ring and getting ready for one hell of a fight. Perhaps the biggest fight, his biggest test yet since being on the red brand, getting drafted last year out of NXT, former North American champion Konosuke Takeshita, the last remaining North American champion before NXT closed their doors. And we saw some of the NXT's best arrive on the scene here on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Takeshita runs straight at Braun Breaker and is not done there just yet, but Breaker trying to keep his distance a little bit. Trying to take out Takeshita. This is not going to be no slow-paced collar and elbow tie-ups. These are 2 explosive individuals who are ready to throw their best at one another. And look at this Breaker. Oh, smashing. Slamming Takeshita's body with that underhook Underhook like suplex maneuver. Takeshita over the top rope. If that would have happened last match to Lyra Valkyria, she wouldn't find herself in a WWE Women's Championship match. Oh, and look at this. Braun Breaker smashing Takeshita's face right into the ring post. Count of almost 3 before Breaker broke that count. And now Breaker sending Takeshita off the ropes. Look at the power of Braun Breaker. That is no small man in Konosuke Takeshita. Every bit of 6'5", every bit of 280. Braun Breaker making it look easy. Breaker is in full control of this match, but as I say that, Takeshita, nice reversal there with an inverted DDT. And now Braun Breaker going to be set for a ride. Breaker is no small individual either. Konosuke Takeshita showing off his feats of strength now. Now kick right to the face of Braun Breaker. And a huge knee strike right to the jaw. Takeshita letting Breaker know he wants him to bring everything he's got to this fight, and Breaker will oblige. Look at this. Takeshita going off the ropes. A huge forearm strike. AJ Styles-esque. Speaking of AJ Styles, what a hell of a match he had with the Ring General Gunther 24 hours ago in Chicago at Survivor Series. Styles will be back on Friday Night SmackDown this week. We'll find out what's next for the Phenomenal One. Is now look at this. Braun Breaker driving that knee right to the face of Konosuke Takeshita. It's been pretty fair between both these individuals. Breaker might have the slight advantage right now in terms of all the offense that he's getting on Takeshita. But believe me, Takeshita can turn that around real quick. And now look at this. Braun Breaker driving that shoulder into the midsection and just muscling him up with a belly-to-belly suplex. Breaker goes for a cover. Takeshita out at 1. Now look at these two just eyeing each other down. The face-off of all face-offs. This is indeed the next generation of professional wrestling when it comes to Takeshita and Braun Breaker. A sit-out Tiger Bomb. Tiger Bomb hits. Breaker could be out. Already getting a 2 count on Braun, but Breaker had to get the shoulder out. This is a can't-lose match between both these individuals. They've both lost big matches against Jey Uso. Takeshita's been in the ring with Bryan Danielson before in a losing effort. He's also been in the ring with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Breaker has as well. These two have lost some big matches this year, but yet they still remain ever so dominant of this brand as well. They have wins under their belt. They've looked dominant even in defeat, as a matter of fact. That's what's keeping them, with the momentum that they still have. Why they have so much aura coming in this match. Breaker now setting Takeshita up for something. Takeshita doesn't want to be out there. Breaker loves to take to the skies as he does. Tope con Hilo wiping out Takeshita. And now Braun Breaker looking to send Takeshita back into the ring. Perhaps put this thing to bed. Here comes Breaker off the ropes. Oh no. Nothing there. Takeshita kind of just standing his ground. Oh, there's that knee strike right to the jaw. Not the usual knee strike we're used to seeing from Takeshita, but certainly effective nonetheless. Takeshita utilizing these pinfalls to kind of get Breaker to exert some of that energy, that never-ending infinity energy that we see of Braun Breaker every week. Oh my goodness, just drove that shoulder right into the mat. Now look at the strength of Breaker. When do you see Konosuke Takeshita get ragdolled like that? I'll tell you, whenever. And now Braun Breaker got him up on his shoulders here. What can Breaker have planned? Oh, what a power bomb. A power bomb hits. Takeshita could be in trouble here. Braun Breaker looking to shift his own way into a Boston Crab. Breaker's got a Boston Crab cinched in now. Takeshita trips the leg of Breaker to escape. And Breaker's not done just yet, but Takeshita kicks him off. Those powerful legs of Takeshita. There's that knee strike. Just made Breaker go limp. Just made him go limp. This could be it right here. Knee strike hits. Breaker's out. Breaker got the shoulder somehow. Takeshita now. Trying to stick the boots right to the face, but gets tripped up by Braun. And now Braun Breaker got something in mind here. Gets met by an elbow. But Breaker reverses it. A huge running clothesline. Wiping out Takeshita. Breaker trying to stay in the fight. And now, huge elbow right to the face. Both of these men dodging and weaving each other's strikes. Braun Breaker now sending Takeshita into the ropes. Takeshita reverses. Now it's Takeshita back on the offense. Went for a knee, or went for a big boot. Breaker reverses it, sends him for a ride. We knew this was going to be one hell of a match between these two. And now look at this, a huge Hurricane Rana from Breaker. Huge Hurricane Rana hits, could be in trouble. Going for the cover, only gets a 1 count though. Still doesn't get that 2 count that Breaker's searching for. And wait a minute, he hits the spear. Breaker hits the spear, cutting Takeshita in half. This has got to be it. Count of 2. He finally gets a 2 count. But Takeshita still getting the shoulder out. Breaker can't believe it. He saw that 3 count heading his way as now he looks to plant Takeshita once more. And now, wait a minute, Braun Breaker wrenching at the back of Takeshita here. Wrenching at the back of Konosuke Takeshita, but Takeshita's out. Takeshita's out of it. And now these two trading some haymakers. Breaker getting the better of it. Look at this, though. Takeshita off the ropes with a forearm strike off the springboard forearm strike. And now Takeshita kick right to the ribs of Braun Breaker. Breaker could be in trouble. Takeshita has bad intentions on the mind. High angle German suplex. Stuffed Breaker. Stuffed Breaker, and now Takeshita's going for the kill here. He's going for that knee strike, and he gets it. Second knee strike right to the face. Breaker's in trouble here. Count of 1, 2. No! Breaker again with a big shoulder out. This match continues. 2 knee strikes, not enough to put away the dog himself, Braun Breaker, as Takeshita now having some bad intentions on the mind, but I think Breaker has even worse. He's tearing apart our announce table, looking to show exactly who really is more dominant out of these two. Breaker trying to drag Takeshita over the announce table. Takeshita not being very reliant here, is now the count of 5, I believe there is. Breaker sending Konosuke Takeshita onto the announce table. What the hell does Braun Breaker have planned with our announce table? Spine buster through the table. Braun Breaker now fired up here. This is awesome chants in the crowd. Count of 8. Breaker sends Takeshita back into the ring. He says that's not how we do it on Netflix. And now Braun Breaker looking for another spear to rip him in half. He gets it. A second spear connects flush after the spine buster through the announce table. No, Takeshita, another shoulder out. Breaker can't believe it. He's arguing with our official. But walk out because Takeshita is back up on his feet. Breaker didn't realize. Huge elbow right to the back. And now, wait a minute. Stacks him with a German suplex. German suplex hits again. Breaker again with a big kick out. Takeshita has to be wondering what the hell is it going to take to not only keep Braun Breaker down, but to pin his shoulders down on the mat for 3. Breaker has to be asking himself the exact same question. These two are neck and neck at this point. My goodness, Takeshita just leveled him. And no, another one. A sliding forearm strike right to the jaw. Now kick right to the back. Breaker's in. He's in deep. He's in deep with Takeshita. Takeshita is feeling himself. He's feeling the sold-out crowd here for Monday Night Raw. Raw premiere. Over the top rope goes Takeshita. Japanese phenom showing exactly why he got that name. Another count. Another count by our official here tonight, trying to retain order, trying to keep these absolute beasts, these warlocks into the ring, as Braun Breaker just laid out Takeshita right into the barricade. And now back into the ring from Takeshita. Breaker now, perhaps his best shot yet. Takeshita though, oh, he gets the third jumping knee strike. Third jumping knee strike connects. Breaker is done. No, he got a kick out again. Breaker got a third kick out after that knee strike. Takeshita has to be fuming at this point. Gets met by an elbow right to the face though. Does Braun Breaker. This is one hell of an effort from Braun Breaker. I mean, that knee strike usually puts away most opponents in the first try. As now Takeshita trying to just figure out what the hell it is he has to do to put Breaker away. Breaker keeps coming. Snatch the knee of Tenosuke Takeshita. And now, wait a minute, Braun Breaker has him on the top row. What in the hell does Braun Breaker have planned from up there? Breaker, we've seen this a number of times, but never on a man the stature of Konosuke Takeshita. My God. Avalanche moonsault, follow-away slam, and Takeshita still pops that freaking shoulder. This is awesome chants in the crowd. Breaker leaving it all on the line here tonight. He's getting Takeshita up for a second try. Takeshita counters it that time. Oh, big counter from Breaker. Caught him with the choke. No, Breaker's out. No, both men going back and forth now. Everything being thrown at Takeshita. Then wait a minute, he caught him this time. Caught Takeshita this time with that choke into the power slam. Choke into the power slam, plants Tenosuke Takeshita, and now he's going for another spear. Got it! Another spear connects after the military press power slam. Breaker defeats Takeshita. What a match. What a match to start our brand new season premiere of Monday Night Raw. One hell of a match between Takeshita and Braun Breaker. Certainly lived up to the billing. Certainly lived up to the hype. But at the end of the day, Braun Breaker has his hand raised in victory, but it was no easy, small task for the badass to get the job done here tonight. He had to survive 3 devastating knee strikes directly to the jaw. I don't know how the hell he's even standing, as a matter of fact. Pure adrenaline. That's the only thing I got for you. But ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to the tag team division because this is going to be just as exciting. The team of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa of DIY. This should be one hell of a match as well, folks. Of course, brand new World Tag Team Champions in this division, the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. They certainly will be looking for their next challengers as well. And both of these teams they have faced in prior competition, but that was before they were the tag team champions. Now that they're the tag team champions, believe me, they got a target on their back, that's for sure. And I think the number one person who wants to take their second shot at that target would be the Motor City Machine Guns. Remember, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley have a win over Penta and Phoenix, and now Penta and Phoenix have a win over them and claim those World Tag Team Championships in the process. Gotta believe somewhere down the line the rubber match has to happen between those two. Who is going to be the superior team? Will it be the Lucha Bros or the Motor City Machine Guns? That's a question for another day, but tonight we're about to figure out which superior team out of these two teams are. Phoenix and Dragon Lee taking on DIY to start our brand new season of Monday Night Raw.
And his partner from Tala, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 160.
What a entertaining, highly energetic individual Dragon Lee has been. And ever since he stepped foot in WWE, he used to be on Friday Night SmackDown, came over from the draft window to Monday Night Raw. And he has been one hell of a watch ever since then. He's been paired with Rey Mysterio for the moment. Rey Mysterio took a liking to Dragon Lee, sees a lot of his younger self in Dragon Lee, but he doesn't want to also keep Dragon Lee, you know, at that level, you know, in the shadow of a Hall of Famer, a legend. He thinks that Dragon Lee can be even better than he ever was. And that is high praise from the greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio. Ciampa and Gargano, on the other hand, it's been a rocky year. It's been a rocky year for DIY. They haven't reclaimed any tag team gold all year round. They started the year as champions, lost the belts at WrestleMania to the Blackpool Combat Club, and really never got to get back up on the mountain ever since. Gargano and Ciampa looking to start this year, 2025, that is, on a better note with a win over Mysterio and Dragon Lee, and perhaps find themselves back in the tag team title hunt. The last time they got an opportunity at those belts was against Motor City Machine Guns a few months back in a main event tag team action on Monday Night Raw in a losing effort to the Machine Guns. Had to sting for Gargano, especially considering he has a lot of history between him, Sabin, and Shelley. Here we go right now, folks. Rey Mysterio and Johnny Gargano going to start us off. The Gargano disregards the whole collar and elbow thing, goes right to slamming Mysterio down on the mat. Maybe for DIY to get things back on track, they kind of have to, you know, get a little bit more aggressive, show a little bit different, maybe a little darker side to them. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that, but now Mysterio back in the driver's seat here as he sends Gargano off the ropes. Not once, but twice. And oh, a kick right to the knee. Mysterio's so good, man. You never know what he's going to hit you with next. Dragon Lee is more of the same. And look at this Mysterio, full head of steam here. Huge drop kick right to the jaw. As Mysterio goes for a cover now, Gargano kicks out at one. Mysterio and Dragon Lee, last time we saw them in tag team action, they were in a losing effort to the Lucha Bros. And that was Dragon Lee's debut on Monday Night Raw, but what hell of a match it was. Because look at this, Mysterio with a nice jumping DDT. Connects to Gargano. Certainly looking to have better hopes here tonight. Mysterio now dragging Gargano over to Dragon Lee's corner. And now wait a minute, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Look at this tag team continuity here. Kick right to the back of Gargano. Dragon Lee goes off the ropes with a drop kick. Gargano met him. Catches the boot, but it ends a Guri for Gargano's troubles. And now Gargano getting the tag to Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa now going for a knee strike. Dragon Lee able to roll out of harm's way. Look at Dragon Lee now. What the hell was that? A suplex into a powerbomb is the best idea I have for that. I don't know what the hell that was, but I mean, nonetheless, Dragon Lee, look at this combination here. I told you Dragon Lee is one to watch. I was not joking around when I said that, as now Dragon Lee sending Ciampa off the ropes this time. Oh, look at that. A beautiful standing Spanish fly there from Dragon Lee. Ciampa might have bit off a little bit more than he can chew with the much younger Dragon Lee in that ring. But oh, just a nice strike to the face will get anybody's momentum directly shot from underneath them. As now Ciampa goes right back on the attack. And as I said, starting to see a little bit more aggressive side to DIY. We saw that in their tag team match against the Motor City Machine Guns. We saw that a few weeks back in their match against the Lucha Bros as well. Look at this. Shatter Machine wipes out Dragon Lee. Lee, wise enough to stay to the outside. I think he knew that Shatter Machine might have put him away. And he definitely utilized the outside to his advantage. Can't get a pinfall out here. The Shatter Machine hit flush by DIY. And now Gargano Has Dragon Lee up for something. Orange Crush. Orange Crush from Gargano. Count of 6. Got to get Dragon Lee back in the ring. You need to get some momentum on your side, and a count out victory is not going to do just that. Gargano back on the attack to Dragon Lee. A huge elbow right to the jaw. It has been all DIY since Ciampa turned it around, striking Dragon Lee with force. And now Gargano's on the attack. Wrenching at the arm. Strike right to the face. Now look at this. Johnny Gargano with a snap mirror. Hit big drop kick right to the back of the head. Gargano now setting Dragon Lee up in that corner, looking for the lawn dart. He gets it. Lawn dart face first into the second turnbuckle goes Dragon Lee. This could be it here. Count of 2. Dragon Lee pops the shoulder. Gargano now in full control of this one, but for how much longer as Dragon Lee looks to turn it around? Big Hurricane Rana. A big Hurricane Rana. Now a standing shooter from Dragon Lee. Standing shooter gets Dragon Lee back in the driver's seat. Gargano kicks out though. And now Dragon Lee sends him over the top rope. Lee sends him over the top rope. He's not done there just yet. Suicide dive. Wipes out Gargano. And now Dragon Lee trying to edge these fans on into his corner. Big moonsault. Dragon Lee getting back in control of this match after the beatdown DIY gave him earlier. And now look at this. Dragon Lee popping out with a huge Hurricane Rana. That was an explosive Hurricane Rana at best, as now Gargano has to fight for the kick out. Dragon Lee making a name for himself here tonight. Another Hurricane Rana out of the ropes. And now wait a minute. Oh, went for a baseball slide. Gargano countered it, and now trips the leg with the Dragon Lee into the Gargano escape. Gargano escape cinched in the center of the ring. Dragon Lee trying to fight out of this here, and indeed he does. Dragon Lee escaping the Gargano escape. And now wait a minute, tilts him over. Look at this, the power of Dragon Lee with a power bomb. Almost a tilt-a-whirl powerbomb, if you will. Gargano gets a big kick out. How? My question is how? Dragon Lee off the ropes once more. Not done there just yet. Spikes him on his head. Spikes him on his head. Dragon Lee going top rope. Look out. Double foot stomp. Double foot stomp connects. Ciampa has to break the count. Ciampa has to break the count of Mysterio now. Trying to get in the face of Ciampa. Dragon Lee bringing the fight to Gargano, and now trying to get Ray back into this match. Knees right to the midsection of Gargano. And now a suplex. Double suplex from Mysterio and Dragon Lee. And now Mysterio about to show these young cats how it's done. Look at that! A suicide dive into a DDT. Who can do it better? I'll tell you, nobody in this world. Mysterio is one of a kind. And now Mysterio calling Gargano back up to his feet. Now it's Mysterio goes off the ropes. Oh! Gargano's seen it once before. Wasn't going to get hit with it twice. Countered it with a power bomb. And now Gargano tags in Ciampa. And now Mysterio faces the wrath of Tommaso Ciampa. Nice neck breaker. Nice neck breaker from Tommaso Ciampa. Beating down Mysterio now. Stomps right to the chest. Ciampa just wailing away at that chest of Mysterio. Ciampa trying to stay in control of this one. Tags in Johnny Gargano. Oh, no. Look at this. No. The meat in the middle. The meat in the middle connects. The meat in the middle connects. Dragon Lee has to. Mysterio got a big kick out. I was gonna say I thought that was all but over. And now wait a minute. The damage has certainly been done to the Hall of Famer. Mysterio has taken a lot of damage at the hands of DIY. And now Gargano face first right into the turnbuckle of Mysterio. Relentless here. Look at this. Big drop kick connects. Big drop kick connects, and now Mysterio off the second. Asking for Gargano to get back up to his feet. And now Mysterio, look out here. Still got it. Spikes Gargano, sends Ciampa for a ride. Gargano thinks he's safe there. I'm willing to bet that he's not. Mysterio. Oh, no. Gargano had it scouted. And now back into the Gargano escape. Back into the Gargano escape on Mysterio this time. Gargano escape cinched in. The Gargano escape is cinched in. Mysterio got caught. Mysterio got caught. Gargano escape. Locked in here. Gargano's got it. Oh, and he got the submission on the Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio. What a match between these four athletes. Dragon Lee certainly a highlight of the match, and so was DIY's offense. It was their grittiness, it was their aggressive style that really won them this match. Gargano blocking in the Gargano escape on both Mysterio and Dragon Lee at one point in this match. We thought the meat in the middle was going to finish Mysterio, but he held on just a little bit longer, but not long enough. DIY securing a victory over Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio to start off their year. And ladies and gentlemen, one hell of a main event we have for the season premiere of Monday Night Raw. Two absolute legends of the sport, two of the best in the world, no pun intended. Bryan Danielson takes on CM Punk in what's going to be one hell of a collision. The American Dragon, the Second City Saint, CM Punk coming off of a huge loss 24 hours ago against Cody Rhodes for that WWE Championship. He will certainly look to be fine to get his win back and some momentum back heading into the Royal Rumble.
From Aberdeen, Washington, weighing in at 210 pounds, Bryan Danielson.
Danielson, on the other hand, he's been having his issues with Andrade as of late. Both have had one match apiece. Andrade winning a countout victory in their first match, and Danielson winning against Andrade in their second one. Andrade and Danielson certainly going to have to clash at least one more time in the future for that score to be settled. But tonight, Danielson has a much bigger fish to fry, much bigger problem to worry about, and that is CM Punk. And that's an enraged CM Punk because he lost his first opportunity at a world championship in 9 years in his own hometown of Chicago. CM Punk cannot be too much of a happy guy heading into Monday Night Raw here tonight. You know, it's a brand new show for Punk, coming over from Friday Night SmackDown throughout the draft window, being drafted for AJ Styles to head to SmackDown. You know, Punk's trying to find his footing here on Monday Night Raw. We've seen him tend to be more aggressive in his latest stint here in WWE. Even this past year at WrestleMania in a no-holds-barred match with Kenny Omega, we saw a different side to CM Punk. He attacked Seth Rollins throughout the summertime a lot. Maybe Punk's looking to turn a new leaf and turn over his evil ways and indulge in the crowd's, love for him. I mean, they still love CM Punk nonetheless, but he just hasn't been acting accordingly this past year. But it is a new year. Maybe it's a new Punk. I don't know. I guess we'll see as CM Punk arrives on the scene of Monday Night Raw. You gotta believe he sees the Royal Rumble as his next biggest opportunity to find himself back in the title picture after a losing effort 24 hours ago in Chicago in the main event against Cody Rhodes. Cody now looks forward to whoever steps up to him at the Royal Rumble, and he's trying to look forward to to WrestleMania itself, but he has to survive as a champion. We still have 2 more pay-per-views before WrestleMania, that being the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber. And those are 2, if there's any pay-per-view, 2 pay-per-views that can really be game changers when it comes to who is heading to WrestleMania, who's going in as champion, is certainly the Elimination Chamber and the Royal Rumble. And here we go. Danielson and Punk meeting in a WWE ring for the first time in over 9 years. These 2 have been in tag teams together. These 2 have faced each other in grueling WWE matches. And it finally goes back down here tonight as Punk stomps right to the midsection of Danielson. And now look at this. Punk. Oh, my goodness. Driving that knee right into the canvas. Like I said, he's a bit of a hothead here tonight. Punk not in the best mood, you can tell. And a kick to the lower back of Danielson. Gonna fire up the American Dragon, though. Goes for a chop, and indeed. Oh, a kick right to the knee of Punk. Ducks that third one, though. Went for a roundhouse kick right to the temple. Punk had it scouted, drives him down to the mat. Already favoring that knee. We saw him get up on the other knee. Use the other leg to pull himself off the ground. Cannot be taking too many strikes to that knee, or you're not even going to be hitting no GTSs on Danielson's. Oh, look at this. A nice single leg drop kick, though. Punk still showing he's got the spring in his step. And now, oh, a kick right to the knee. Did not get all of it. Definitely got enough of it. Definitely targeting those knees. Danielson now playing a perfect game here. Oh, my goodness. Just stuffed Punk right on his neck with a single leg trap suplex. And now it's Danielson in control of this one. Again, going for another pinfall attempt off the butterfly suplex. Referee a little too late to get back in, to get into position. Eddie Orango needs to value his kind of reassess his values here. As now look at this. CM Punk dodges a huge strike and now goes off the ropes, but Punk getting denied by Danielson. Huge headbutt right to the face. And now Danielson was going to go for that leg once again, but Punk, there's clearly some damage to that leg that Punk does not want to let Danielson know about. And believe me, Danielson is absolutely the worst person to be in the ring when you want to be trying to hide an injury. He will exploit that injury more than anything, as now he lines up CM Punk, and that one brought him down to his legs, or his knees, excuse me, and now here comes the world-famous yes kicks laying into the tattooed chest of Punk. Now is that roundhouse kick he was looking for earlier? Is that it? Is it going to be a short night for CM Punk? Gets the shoulder at 1. And now we're back to square one. Punk trying to stay on his feet, trying to also keep away from Danielson targeting that knee, and he keeps hitting flush, does Danielson. Elbow right to the jaw. Went for the rolling elbow. Punk out of the way. My God, what a drop kick. Now it's Punk getting some kicks in. Punk is not shy to use his feet either, as now look at this. CM Punk now. What the hell is CM Punk planning to do here? Bryan Danielson in a prone position on the top rope. Punk has him locked up. You gotta be kidding me. The Pepsi plunge right on that knee, though. You saw Punk grab that knee. That knee that Danielson's been working on, but the Pepsi plunge might put this thing away. Danielson gets the shoulder. That was unexpected. When the hell do you see Punk pull that one off? Danielson is absolutely worse for wear after that one. Or maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. As now Danielson once again traps that leg and stuffs him. Doesn't even go for the pinfall attempt that time. And now Danielson grabs a hold of the guillotine special. Guillotine special cinched in on Punk. How the hell is Danielson back up on his feet after taking a Pepsi plunge? And now CM Punk utilizing a little bit of his acrobatics to get out of that one. And now off the ropes with a springboard clothesline. And now Punk back in the driver's seat momentarily. That knee certainly has had a lot of damage done to it, especially when you saw him favor it after going down with the Pepsi plunge. That's the catch-22 about a move like that. Oh, what a strike right to the face. Both men tried to go for something. Punk met Danielson. This match has been neck and neck between two of the best. What a way to start the season premiere of Monday Night Raw on the JPG channel. CM Punk just beating away at a very bruised and battered Bryan Danielson, but he met him with a rolling elbow. Rolling elbow caught flush. And now Bryan Danielson has CM Punk up for a gotch pile driver. My God. I don't know when you see Pepsi plunges and gotch pile drivers unless you're talking about ROH. And these two are two of the kings of ROH. And now look at this, Danielson. So, oh, no. Punk moved. And Danielson crashed and burned, man. What the hell was that? And now look at this, CM Punk. We saw this in Survivor Series, utilizing the Anaconda Vice on the outside, looking to just make his opponent pass out. He was trying to make Cody pass out on the outside, get him back in the ring and pin him. 1, 2, 3, and wipe his hands clean. Cody Rhodes put up one hell of a fight, though. I mean, this is the best version of CM Punk we've seen since his last time being here in WWE. This has been an absolutely incredible year for CM Punk as far as performances go. And now Danielson calling Punk back up to his feet. Danielson looking to wipe him out here. Went for a crossbody. Punk came to his senses before Danielson could. Another drop kick meets Danielson face first. And now wait a minute, Punk setting him up, was going for GTS, I believe, but Danielson got him. Wait a minute, in the center of the ring. The bell lock cinched in. The LaBelle lock is cinched in. Punk is trying to just run away from the scratch and claw, pulling at the face of Punk. Punk somehow fights out of it. Punch right to the face will do just the job. Danielson now. Wait a minute. Danielson got caught. GTS, but it's that knee once again. But Punk gonna have to fight through the pain. He's fighting through the pain. Count of 3. CM Punk puts away Danielson. What a match we just saw between these two. CM Punk getting a measure of momentum back heading into Royal Rumble season. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be one hell of a time to join the JPG channel. We are on our way to the Royal Rumble, which means we are on our way to WrestleMania. And it is going to be an exciting, exciting journey. Thank you for joining me for the season premiere of Monday Night Raw on the JPG channel. And as always, I will see y'all on the next one.